Welcome to Channel AMAC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested in migrating to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side, so once we have all the updates and news, be the first one getting all the insight. Now today's video we're gonna chat about New South Wales. So obviously Monday was just too busy. I didn't have the time to actually record this video, just giving you the update on New South Wales. But this morning I'm committed to get it done and giving that information to you. So you might want to listen to it or watch it, all good. New South Wales, interesting state. Now I recall back in last year December, New South Wales was they throwing a lot of different type of tactics, and I recall still back then they would require an accountant with the EOI points above 110 points. Now obviously they had listened to my video and they'll throw an email to me. You may want to probably rewind back. I'm just sharing this the page of my YouTube channel. You may want to search New South Wales right there. I've done some video on that one, and look at this one. It was basically talking about how I actually received an email directly from New South Wales, the state government. They basically saying, look, stop talking bad thing about New South Wales, we gotta get things done. But I think they continue to watch my video because I've done another one, well, not specifically talking about New South Wales, but on the weekend talking about the death of regional skill migration, well, which is the fact. Now a couple of days later, yesterday, we got a regional skill migration state sponsor opened up in New South Wales. Well, I'm not too sure if this is the right timing, but let's have a look at what they offer and whether or not this will suit you. But again, you gotta understand, once you get invited by the state government, it goes through a process. Well, processing time, don't know how long it takes now, delay, and also you lost the visa again, delayed there. And then you gotta wait for 3 years, staying in regional Australia, and signing a commitment that you will stay in that state. And then 3 years later, you transfer into subclass 191, that's a permanent residency. Well, compared to what they have just announced in early November, and they're gonna implement it in 25th of November, the new employment sponsorship expansion. Why bother thinking about regional skill migration? Anyway, leave your comment, whatever you think about it. Let's have a look at what the New South Wales offer this time. Okay, so this is just the news forum from Migration Alliance. You may want to subscribe to this as well. It's open information, so it basically says the following information has been sent by New South Wales government, and they are open up for the regional visa subclass 491. How exciting it is! There are two pathways. So pathway 1 is a direct application. That's the candidate with an established work history in regional New South Wales based employer. Now I'm not too sure, but let's have a read, and then we go to the actual New South Wales website and have a look at the detail there and the pathway to, and I'll make a comment at the end of this video as well. Pathway to invitation by Investment New South Wales. Although it sounds like you're gonna invest, but it's not. It's the name of that department of division or section in New South Wales government. They call themselves Investment New South Wales. So candidates selected by Investment New South Wales based on the need of their skill. We're gonna have a look at what sort of skill they need. Okay, direct application invitation round. We will surely accepting direct application for pathway 1. Not too sure what direct application really meant, but anyway, it's just the same procedure. As you know, through my channel. There's so many different state. One called registration of interest, which is ROI, is used by Victoria and South Australia, and I think Queensland call it online form. Well, it's the same thing. So New South Wales call it direct application. Maybe that's what they called it, but it's the same function anyway. Commence invitation round for pathway 2. What does that mean? So probably they don't even wait to invitation, which doesn't make any sense. But anyway, let's have a look. So important information for healthcare professional before submitting your expression of interest in skill select. It is crucial to ensure that you have appropriate skill assessment required, which is, anyway, you have to have it. You don't have a skill assessment, you can't even do anything. Perhaps there's still a lot of people not going through skill assessment and putting their EOR in, which is waste of time and money. Many skill assessing authority offer assessment and enable foreign workers practice in Australia. However, these may offer from skill assessment require migration purpose. Should you have any question, blah blah blah. Okay, so anyway, we also know there's a delay with the skill assessment. We've done numbers of videos in this channel. So you need to get process of a skill assessment. Wait there with a delay, around 2 or 3 months, and then not talking about the jobs ready program, which is gonna take a year plus. Okay, and then you're throwing your ROI, your whatever what they call direct application with the state nomination. They process it, and then you get invitation from the federal government, which is the immigration itself, and you lost your visa and another delay. So inefficient. But anyway, let's have a look at the actual website from New South Wales, and let's go from there. Okay, so obviously they are open now. As you can see, the pathway 1 and pathway 2. Again, pathway 1 is you have so-called established work history. So that means you already in New South Wales, regional New South Wales for many years. Okay, and the pathway 2. Eligibility, I'm gonna skip that because that's you gotta be get your skill assessment, visa requirement, blah blah blah. You gotta be on the occupation list. Now, residency, you must be either currently residing in New South, continue to reside a minimum period of 3 months. Well, this 3 months means established. I'm not too sure. If you're offshore, continue to reside offshore a minimum period of 3 months. Not too sure what that means. Offshore have continued to reside offshore for a minimum period of 3 months. I mean, if you're offshore, you probably been offshore for years. But what does that mean? That means if you want to go offshore, make sure you leave the country for at least 3 months. I'm not too sure. Sometimes when they do this kind of stuff, the English meaning is quite weird. I think a lot of people may agree with me on that one there. Okay, pathway 1 criteria additional. Okay, for pathway 1 who has established work history. Okay, now you got to be continuously be 12 months. That's basically what it meant. So established means 12 months. Okay, your qualified skill employment 12 months immediately before you are with a single regional New South Wales based employer. You cannot have 2, you cannot have double, you cannot have 3 employer. Okay, you're nominated closely occupation deemed skill by New South Wales. Pay a minimum of salary level of 70,000. Isn't that the same as 482 visa? Now, here's the catch. I cannot hide it anymore. Now, if you got 70,000 and you got an employer in New South Wales, why don't you go for 482 visa? If you go for 482 visa, all you need to do is 2 years you transfer into permanent residency. Yes, there's a lot of people saying, but if you choose 491, there's no more assessment, no more nomination required. But we're talking about 12 months apart. In a period of a post-pandemic period where the world is ever-changing, fast-changing world, 1 year is a lot. Thinking about this, we only gone through a 2+ years of COVID. a lot of things has changed. 12 months is a long time. Okay, you may agree with me or probably disagree with me, but looking at this, the criteria 70,000, you can go into 482 visa. Why pick 491 where you need to get skill assessment, so waiting there and processing time on state nomination, and then invitation from the immigration. You cannot apply straight away, okay, and then waited there, delayed there. Now 482, no skill assessment, 70,000 salary as well, and then you apply straight away. You don't need to wait for invitation as long as your employer agrees to do it. Yes, getting a job and employer to agree is hard, but if you got that done, it's much better than waiting for all the processing delay. I think a lot of people may agree with me. Okay, now continue to go on. Important information about submitting EOI. So I'm gonna skip this because just process stuff. You got a valid application and nomination on the pathway. You can directly apply, but you need to wait. Once you apply, got it granted, approved, you still get invited by the federal government, so there's still a waiting of invitation there too, and then you gotta wait. Now the pathway 2 is another. You wait for the state of New South Wales, and then you wait for federal government, so there's 2 wait time there. Okay, evidence of claim, I'm gonna go through that one now. Pathway 1, we have actually gone through a little bit on that one just now. I'm jump into the pathway 2 because we want to know how investment New South Wales really wants. So check eligibility. Yep, skip that. Submit your EOI for sure. Specifically requesting New South Wales nomination only. So you cannot pick Victoria, you cannot pick South Australia, you cannot pick Queensland. You pick New South Wales only, folks. So you do separate EOI. That's how you gotta do it anyway. So if you're interested in Victoria, you do a separate EOI for Victoria. You're interested in New South Wales, you put a separate EOI for New South Wales. We're still talking about 491. This is not 190 though. Okay, be invited. New South Wales whole invitation round ongoing throughout financial year. All EOI meet guideline considered, but preference is given to occupation New South Wales target sector. So we're going to look at what target sectors they are in and respond promptly. If invited, you will have 14 days. That means you got to get everything ready. So if you don't have everything ready and you submit an EOI and you get invited, and if 14 days is not enough, bye-bye, your EOI is gone, your invitation is gone. So understand pathway to invitation. Let's have a look. Timing, there are no predetermined and public announced. So yeah, because 70% of the quota has been cut already. Selecting New South Wales, direction, invitation, and your sole discretion of New South Wales government. So even if you got, that means even if you got invited by New South Wales, doesn't necessarily 100% means that you're perfect. Okay, now pathway to invitation New South Wales will provide prioritized EOI occupation for under the key industry sector. I believe it's down there. Ooh, doesn't say anything right there. Or common reasons. Common question about skill visa. I don't think it's right there, and that's the end of the page. So where is the key sector? Let's click on there and have a look. Okay, all right, here we go. Okay. Okay, oh, here we go. Health, education, ICT, infrastructure, and agriculture is my occupation within the New South Wales target sector. Though you pretty straight away, you shouldn't know that anyway. So that's the key sector. So if your occupation is, I'm not too sure, for example, hospitality, I'm sorry, probably not in here. I don't think it's right there. Tourism, no. What about science? Engineer is not in here too. So that's for New South Wales 491. Again, my comment here is, why pick 491? I mean, for pathway 1, it seems to be the requirement is almost the same as 482. And 482 require 2 years pathway to permanent residency, whilst 491 is 3-year pathway to permanent residency. Why pick? And if you already got 12-month work experiences in regional New South Wales, why not 482? Okay, why 491? And even then, probably you pick 494 is better, because 494 you only require employer to agrees, nominate. You don't need to go through all the invitation and waiting for the delay on 491, whilst Department of Immigration perhaps cut another 70% quota again. So it's your say. Leave a comment right down below, and I'll see you next video. Goodbye.